Hey guys, I wanna get this quick message out there while I'm in my fire element. This idea just rose, so I wanna get it out quickly. Most anime, apparently, as I just have realized, it's quite sad for me, and most of you gotta understand this, because we know this already uh, from the entertainment industry, like all these big movie blockbusters, Hollywood, and all this kind of shit that was going on is being exposed, right? With Netflix also, you know, all this kind of stuff. Anime is a part of it, it's part of the industry, so of course. So most anime is not good for your soul. So if you're not really, if you're not in the woke spiritual community, this can also be good because some motherfuckers think, oh, now they're safe, they're in the woke spiritual community, but there's a lot of weird and misconstrued information pushed, or maybe it's also just all kind of different opinions. I don't wanna attack no one here personally, but this quite happens sometimes in a collective, where we just turn around instead of seeing it first and foremost in the truth that it is. People then add, their perception to it, and then it's kind of get filtered down. So most anime is not good for your soul. How do I mean it? Soul, for your soil. Um, I just observe it, and I can tell it's quite good because I did my work, and I always think critically, and always observe, and look what effect, I look into the details and what they try and tell with certain motives, and especially now in anime archetypes. Now obviously they got a story to tell, so it can be good or bad. And the soil part, is that's your mind. Through your mind, then the doorway to the soul, because it's the idea realm, right? The mental, where you then connect emotions to emotional. So when you then watch a show, you resonate with, or they bring some, and they don't put it right in your face unless you go into the horror show, and even then they put some excitement, or some uh, they put something in it where they try to get your attention. Better said, the attention, right? The attention. That's the part of it. They try to get your attention. And with most anime, and you can look into it, you can observe that I quite observed. There are some rare exceptions. I've just realized. Like, I only watch only like 2 or 3 by now. I mean, you can also watch the other ones, but then you really gotta be aware that you're the master of your subconscious, because otherwise this will have a much larger effect on your unconscious, because you're unconscious about it, and you don't want to be tossed around like this whole world was construed. So that's why you gotta be aware of your soul, when you get spiritual. And it's not, if you're not into spiritual, but well, my page kind of is. It's not something super mystical, like I just described it to you, um, with the mind and the heart, the thought and the emotions, and what story does it then create. And the entertainment is all about creating stories, so it better be something uplifting, something inspiring, something you might say good for your soul, or inspiring spirit, right? Spirit giving you strength, or the courage, the encouraging to do something or be something great. and especially because this is targeted for your inner child, and obviously then the same in the public. So that's why I'm saying this, because um, we as an adult, or when you grow up, but adults have to grow up and mature also in their mind. That's what they don't get it, because otherwise your inner child tries to get your attention through the soil, through the soul, aka communicating with you um, through the energy and motion. So what the whole reason I'm making this video is you gotta beware what and we also know that what you consume, but also anime is part of the industry. We all thought it would be better because it used now. I hope you still listen to me, even if you kinda was provoked at the beginning, because they used this glorifying and glam. But it's the same what the entertainment industry did with any kind of show, right? And then anime especially, it seemed they speak directly to your soul, to your soul. But how are they doing this, and what kind of messages or then agendas are they pushing through it? Because that's the whole thing about, because you think you can watch it now and relax, and oh, it got a positive message. It might even has a very spiritual message, or is about empowering the warrior archetype. Anime does a lot with the divine masculine, but also the soul, the beauty of a life, the hero's journey and the journey, especially. So what you really then gotta beware of is what kind of ideas, ideologies, and way of how life is supposed to be, or what's the hero's journey, or yeah, uh, yeah, what's the beauty, or the journey of finding your strength in life, with all these kind of fantasy animes, and this romanticizing of that does. That's why it's directly speaking to your inner child, and that's why we gotta be very wary and aware of that. And there are all kind of animes, all kind of I could tell you now all, but you gotta realize it for yourself also. Then some people get triggered, but especially beware of those who they push. And I already also made another video about an anime. I thought it was great until this deeper and deeper got into the rabbit hole, and then I was like, what? All kind of crazy things they do. Remember, you because you always could use the glam, what's romanticized, and the beautiful, the soul part of it. But if you use only the glam, only the surface, to then lure in, and then they just push their ideas about how the world works through, and I don't know if this really helps you further along on your journey, if you're not really aware about it, unless and that's what life is about. Your soul moves you in such a way, or the soul of life in general, this universe and earth, that you now find your strength, and the strength of spirit, and then see also the beauty of life, which is basically one, it's the holy marriage, as they say. That's why they also say through the divine heart, but also the mind, the crown, is very important if we get spiritual here. So that's just what you gotta be aware of. I don't want to make this too long. There are a few animes which go more into a very empowering direction. Now, of course, they all got their own story to tell, and with in animes in particular, they of course these stories are about facing adversity. To grow. Of course, this is part of the hero's journey. It's just how do they portray it, and do they bring you into an state of oblivion, and then or push kind of this idea of this tobia disbelief another thing in the end, and just lure you into that, and then it rather took something away from you, or you know uh, or they kind of mix and mingle that, or does it inspire you to do something great, basically, even if that now seems romanticized, but it brings you further in life. The one is empowering, the other just took something from you, or entertained you at least, and could get you off your mind a bit, maybe. Okay, great, fine, if this helps, but it shouldn't leave you depressed, unless you want to learn something out of that, to find your strength. But then, what is this whole, system and industry then for? Well, in the end, it can only serve, even no matter, it can only serve for you to find your spirit. But I think the system isn't designed for that. The system is, and this is part of the industry and system, is designed to intrigue you into lower natures, and then get caught up there. It's not even like that you not even then overcome adversity, but get stuck, which is quite, that's against life. That's not for life, and it's not even organic, and there's no really strength in it, even if there's all kind of manipulation and intriguing things they create, but it's all about us realizing, to be the master of ourselves, and getting aware of what things are going on. Of course, if you want to. Some motherfuckers defend driving, or wandering around. I mean, because the earth still, holds up everyone. So that's kind of perspective, but we really need to get our shit together, at least, to create a mount for each other, as I see it. Or, at least, from masculine perspective, to progress as well. So, because that's why it always seemed kind of weird to me, even if you would be very caught up in all kind of narcissism, or this, all kind of worldviews, somehow, and then justified with your own reality, and that's it. And motherfucker, you still gotta move forward. If you wanna be so practical, then all kind of weird as worldviews. Motherfuckers been passing around, so that's what I'm been telling you. And the same with these things which use the image and use the interface, which was until now, to create and tell these stories. But what stories do they tell you? That's it. Basically, I hope this could help you in some way or capacity. Just gotta be aware. Hope this could shed some light on it, bring some truthfulness onto these things. But you gotta do that for yourself too. But it's your choice in the end as well. But yeah, that's what I tell you. Now, of course, there's also the collective choice, and we're unveiling a lot right now, so you better get your shit together. That's it.